Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. I love being here with you because it means we get to share, we get to talk, we get to explore together. So I thought I'd talk about love again. Why? I think it's the single most important thing that we face in our lives. And here's the calling. This is what I got. Love is simply calling you to be you. Do you get that? That's all you have to do is to be you. Love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. And love always gives us the freedom to be ourselves. Not to be like anyone else, but to be ourselves. The challenge that most of us have is, if love's calling me to be me, do I really know who I am? Do I really know who I am? Or am I a shell that has a person inside, and that shell was created by things I've allowed to control me? My parents, religion, church, business, politics, advertising. Is the shell that you live in, the body that you live in, the persona that you live in, is it self-created, self-chosen, self-made? Chances are you're going to probably say maybe a little bit, but not all of it, because we're always in quest of discovering our true self. I think it's a journey that we do for eternity. I think we can fool ourselves into believing that we are this body. We can fool ourselves into believing we are this personality. But who has this body? Who has this personality? Who is aware? That's a great question. Who is aware? Because love is what? The awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. Now, in your awareness, do you see yourself as whole? Do you see yourself as complete? Do you see yourself with nothing missing? No longing, no desire? Do you see yourself as the observer, the witness? Or if you feel attachment and stuff, that is not who you are. That's a part of what you're using to have life experience here. And I know this is not an easy concept. More than that, it's a concept that's not being taught. It's a concept that's not widely used because let's just be honest with each other. Can we be honest with each other? Most people live completely unaware. Most people are living in a fog. Now you're going to say, well, we're going to change that. You can't. Here's what you can do. You can change yourself. And that's enough. If you can change yourself, then you can become an example. But you can't tell anyone to change. You can't show anybody to change. What did I say there? Love is simply calling you to be you. It's an inner calling, and everyone's inner calling is different. I truly believe that all suffering is the result that we're not listening to our calling. I believe that all suffering is we're going against what we're being called by love within us to be and do. And you're probably saying, Lee, you're just so full of it today. Well, I'm inviting you to question what you think. I'm not telling you I'm right. I'm telling you what I believe for me. And so I ask you the question in order to maybe cause you to ask more questions so that you can become more aware of the power, the presence that you are, the uniqueness that you are. You were brought on this planet to be uniquely you, to fully experience everything you can possibly experience, and you've been given the creative power to do that. That creative power responds to the nature of your thought. your beliefs. You want to know what you believe? Look at your life. McBride's there. I'm questioning. Keep questioning, McBride. I love when people question. And then when you get an answer, go, what's your proof? Question yourself. Okay, Lee, this is what you think is. What's your proof? Question your questioning and your answers that you're getting. Don't make it someone else's answer. Make it your answer. Make it your answer because that's the best you can do. Anyone else's answer is not good for you. It's not right for you. The only answer that's right for you is you. And I know people have tried all their lives, I'll use me as an example, to tell me that I need to be different. I need to fit in. I need to be more like this. I need to be more like that. Hell, when I became a minister, people said to me, hey, you got to change, dude. You don't act like a minister. And I said, wait a second. What does a minister act like? And then I know in ministerial school, you were taught, well, you got to dress a certain way. I quit that pretty fast. Do you know why? I don't want to do anything in life when I can't be me. I'm tired of working at pleasing other people because here's the key. You can't please anyone no matter how much you do. You're going down an endless pit. It's a pit that takes you out of love. It's a pit that causes suffering. You've got to be you, and to become you, you've got to figure that out. So I think it is on Saturday, May 14th, I'm doing a free workshop calling Discover Your Life Purpose. You can find everything you can find at agapespiritualcenter.com, and you can register for that. The other thing that I want to share with you, while I've got you here, is guess what today is? Wednesday. Wednesday is Agape Gathering Day. So if you'd like to do this, but be on Zoom where we can interact, go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on calendar, and we've got one at 1:30 Central Time and one at 7 p.m. Central Time. Everybody's welcome. Johanna, you got that realization. Do you know what? I'm glad you did. I say it every day. Do you know why I say it every day? Because people get it in different ways, in different times, in different levels. The message that teachers are teaching today is no different than the message they taught 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. People hear it differently. Some people are ready for it. Some people are not. Some people get a little bit. Some people get a lot. Everything's different. You never know who you're talking to because everyone's different every day, aren't they? You're not the same person you were yesterday. You're a different person. You've had millions of cells regenerate, rejuvenate that weren't there yesterday that are there today. I hope that you've had new thoughts today that you didn't have yesterday. This is something that's interesting, is that, do you realize that science says we average about 60,000 thoughts a day, give or take? Most of the thoughts we have are thoughts we've already had before. We don't think new thoughts. We're locked into a pattern of thinking. And that's why people's lives stay the same day in, day out, day in, day out. Why there's Groundhog Day. Why? They haven't changed their thinking. That's why we call this thoughts that can change your life. New thoughts, thoughts that you choose that can change your life. So is there anything going on with anyone out there? Anyone got any thoughts of what's happening here? Any questions popping up for you? Any insights popping up for you? Love to hear from you, to know what you're thinking about. Because that helps me target my message, my ideas, my questions for you. This is about you. I'm doing this every day for you. But rest assured, I'm getting something out of it too. One of the things I've learned is that the more I teach, the deeper I learn. So being with you is, in some ways, a very selfish act. But then it's also selfless, because not only am I getting something from it, but the possibility exists that anyone listening to this message gets something out of it. See, I think that's the difference between being a healthy selfish, because you got to be selfish to self-love. Chris says, what do you find most impactful to address worry? Well, one of the things that I constantly do, Chris, is I ask, of all the worrying I've done, how much of it has ever come true? And then when I do that analysis, I realize that most of it never, ever, 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 ever comes true. Then I ask, is there significance in my worry? A lot of times we worry about nothing. A lot of times we worry about unrealized and unattainable expectations that we've set for ourselves, or we've allowed others to set for us and we bought into. Whoa, why would I worry about an unrealistic expectation? Do you realize that unrealistic expectations are the source of all depression and anxiety? Yeah, unrealistic expectations that you've set or you've allowed someone to set and you bought into. Examine when you're starting to worry, examine your expectation. What are you worried about and what is your expectation? Is it realistic? If you're worried about World War III, I would ask you this: do you have an expectation that you can stop it? Here's the greatest expectation with respect to that: find peace in yourself. If you find peace in yourself, you put a little bit more peace on the planet. And that's the only place you can put peace. You can't put it in someone else. You can't make someone else peaceful. You can make yourself peaceful. And then when you do that, you'll come to realize that you're always in balance anyway. There's always as much peace as there is challenge. You're always in balance, but we don't think that way. In the world right now, there's as much peace as there is war right now. It's always balanced. But we're led by the media, and where the focus of the media is to believe differently. See, when you can, and here's the other thing, Chris, meditate every day. Join me at 7 a.m. The link's out there on agapespiritualcenter.com. Everyone's invited to meditate with me. I know Johanna's there every day. She's a faithful meditator. I love when I could see her little picture of her in her lotus position, just so saintly. That's about all I got today. Know that I've got a workshop coming up on May 14th, free. Know that we've got Agape gatherings today that you're welcome to join. Plug in. I promise you, if you plug in, you will benefit, because we're about exploring life together. And there's more power when you do it with a group of like-minded people. With that, know that I love you, just like always. Create a great day, everyone. Aloha.